it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. I wanted to share with you an update on how my project pan is going. Everything I'm wearing today is from my project pan. I'm not happy with my look completely. All right, well, we'll get into it. First of all, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will link above as well as in the description bar below both of my project pans. One of them is dedicated for lip products and the other one is for makeup products. And everything that had been makeup related, I took it all out. It's out in front of me. It had all been living in this little loaf pan. And it kind of got dubbed. One of my viewers said, well, you should call it your project loaf pan. So it has turned into my project loaf pan. The great part about having it all in here is that if I decide not to get ready in here and want to get ready in the bathroom, I can just and go. The problem is I haven't been very good since like about mid-February of reaching habitually for these things. And I was hoping that maybe 2 or 3 times a week I would be reaching for makeup out of this loaf pan as opposed to the rest of my collection. But maybe I need to be more deliberate about it. So let's start what I've actually finished. The first thing that I finished, and I love this so much, I already have another one, is from Hourglass. It's the Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. It's my absolute favorite shade. This must be my 4th compact. This I think is my 5th compact. Ever since I discovered this powder, I've not been without. And the hard part for me was this part here gets worn out easily. It's what's left in the corners. So I did something. I was like, I'm gonna finish you. I took a little spoolie like this and I started like just kind of shaving it down. Okay, got a little, and then I'd put it on. And I kind of got spoiled using this because as I was trying to finish this, I was using this mainly under the eyes. And this is such a finely milled, soft, non-drying, luminous powder that my under eyes always look so good. And then when I switched to other powders in my project pan under my eyes, I had problems like I'm having today. Let me just show you up close. I feel like you can see that it's dry. It looks a little chunky and cakey. And also when I smile, the powder that I'm wearing today that's in my project is so heavy. It's not lightweight. It's not smooth like this one. It's just not as elegant a powder. I know these are really expensive. The other one is, yeah, it's not a drugstore powder, and there's nothing wrong with drugstore powders because there's some really good ones out there. I think that perform better than the one that I have in my project pan. I was hoping I'd be able to use it up. It's becoming a chore, and I'm wondering if once it gets to that chore point, should I just pitch it? All right, so I did finish up a mascara. This is from Wander Beauty. It's an okay mascara. The problem that I run into is that with a leaky left eye and emollient under eye creams, I get a lot of transfer flaking or a little sad tear, a little black tear from mascara and liner that kind of falls right here with my leaky left eye. This didn't do that. So the formula is good and it works well. It's just not my favorite. So I don't think I would repurchase because my favorite is the Hourglass Caution Extreme and the Lancome Monsieur Big. Those are the two I can habitually repurchase at the non-drugstore price. This is a non-drugstore price product. It wouldn't be running to get it. All right, the next 4 products are all lip products. One was this from Tarte. It's one of their Rainforest of the Sea Hydrating Balm. I don't know, this is in the shade Nude. I got to the point where I actually was scooping it out with my fingernail like, and I decided I had to stop that because getting lip product under your nail is the worst. But this is beautiful. Probably not a repurchase for me. This one, when I use up all the rest of my ColourPop glosses, and oh, there are a multitude of them, this is at the top of my list. This is their Ultra Glossy Lip, and here's to you. There still is a little bit down here, and I'm at the point now whereas I'm trying to, you know, I can't really reach it, so I gave up. If I really wanted to, I could take the stopper out, but I'm not that dedicated. That's a beautiful, gorgeous, and it does have some glitter in it, some silver and gold flecks, but it never looks like glitter lip, which is what I love. All right, my all-time favorite red lipstick. I have gone through bullets and bullets and bullets of this. This is the shade Medieval from Lipstick Queen. I found it for the first time about maybe 11 years ago, about a decade ago, and I have never been without this. And this is so hydrating. It's vitamin E based. It feels like a lip balm going on, but it kind of looks like, if you think about some of those Renaissance paintings with like little cherubs in the corners, and they have that really rosebud looking lip, not like a red lipstick lip, but kind of like soft and red and youthful. That's what this gives me, which is why I live for this. And I already have another one because I cannot live without this. So I love this. It's an eternal favorite. And one that I was worried was going to really take me a long time to get through is this. It's from Urban Decay. It was the collab with Gwen Stefani, but they still have this shade. This shade is called Ex-Girlfriend, and it's the most gorgeous, creamy, pinky nude. And when I'm looking for nude lipsticks, if I wear peachy nudes or ones that lean more of that orangey peach shade, I look like death on a cracker. When I wear pinky nudes, my complexion comes to life. So I knew this was the right shade for me. I just didn't fall in love with it enough right away. And then I dropped it in my purse. That's kind of what I need to do. And in applying it over and over again, I got to the point where within like a month, I went from here to the bottom, and I was like, and I wanted to go out and get like, you have other pinky nudes. Do not buy another lipstick. But this is at the top of my lipstick repurchase when I'm out of this general category, because the formula was gorgeous. And I know not all Vice lipsticks have the same formula. They have sheers, they have comfort mattes, they have ultra mattes, they have all sorts of things. This is more of their cream formula, and it's just gorgeous. And it's my preferred feeling on my lips. Hydrating, comfortable, and a great nude. That's what I finished out of my project pan. What's left? I'm having a hard time with this. This is Becca's Backlight Priming Filter. It's gorgeous. It's going to be hard for me to use it because it makes my skin look really glowing. And now that we're leading into summer, I don't know that I want to start looking greasy, so I may wait till October to pull that one out. All right, this is the powder I was talking about, that I had been using this, and now I'm trying to finish this, and I'm making pretty good headway, but it makes me look dry. And it really emphasizes, and maybe I put on too much today, but it's definitely not for my under eyes. I am too old and have too many fine lines, and this does not help it. It just accentuates it. It's the Bye Bye Redness from It Cosmetics. So I have a lot of redness that kind of shows up right along and through here. It kind of looks like if somebody were to have slapped me with a hollow palm, because I stay kind of pale in through here, and I have redness that comes along this way. I have a lot of redness that I cover up around the corners of my nose. So that's why I thought that this powder here would work for me. And it does do a great job. This is, by the way, in the shade Transforming Porcelain Beige. And if you look at it, it looks like there's a couple of places here where it's kind of jagged. And that's because this is my favorite powder brush. And so I take this in here, and we got to a point where it was kind of like little teeny tiny chunks of it were flipping out. And then you can also see like right along the bottom here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little bit of hard pan forming. And it's kind of gross, but anytime I start getting hard pan on products, I realize it's because I've been using it. So I'm glad to see that. But this doesn't give me my best makeup day. It's not a bad powder. And the whole Bye Bye Redness, it does tone down the redness, and it works really well for that. But it's not as elegant as some of the other powders that I love so much and make my skin look more youthful as opposed to aging me a little bit. So I used it today so I could show you, but it's becoming a chore, and I wonder if we're at that point where that powder is a chore. Maybe it's just time to declutter. All right, I've been loving this. This is from Benefit. It's their Hoola Lite. Forgot about it for a while, rediscovered it about a month and a half ago, and I can tell by running my finger in here, you can't see it because the box packaging, which I hate, but there really is a very definitive kind of like scoop taken out of it from where my brush hits it. I love this product. It's a great bronzer. It's never too much. It blends beautifully. Can't say enough good. All right, so I'll know what I was thinking when I put two blushes in here. This is from the Balm Desert. It's probably my favorite blush from the Balm. And this does also have a little, you can feel it, there is a definitive dip in here. But it takes me a long time to use a blush. So I don't know that we're actually going to hit pan, but I'm going to try. The other one I have is from Makeup Geek, and this is the shade Blind Date. It pulls a little pink as I'm looking, you know, here on camera, but really is more of a beautiful peachy pink. I love this shade. And I am wearing it today, so it's not quite as cool as it looks in the pan. But the problem I have is that it's pigmented enough that when I go into it with my blush brush, I can't use a lot. So I don't know how I'm going to hit pan on either one of these, but I'm going to keep trying. All right. I have two concealers that I put in here. Again, what was I thinking? One of them is this from NARS. This used to be my absolute favorite concealer. This is the Matte Radiant Creamy Concealer. What, the matte... Oh, Matte Complete. concealer, the Soft Matte Complete. Okay, I'm making up names here, but this is the lightest shade Chantilly, and there is a obvious dip in it, and I had gotten to the point where I had so much product kind of raising up to the, I used to put my finger in there or a brush, and a lot of product was riding up the side, so I took a brush and started pressing it down, trying to make sure I'm getting as much of it compacted down towards the bottom. I don't know, it's still good, it doesn't smell like a crayon or Play-Doh. When that happens, makeup is gone, gotta get rid of it. But I don't know that I'm gonna be able to pan this. I had been loving this, and then I fell in love with a different concealer. And like every other one that I used to like a lot has just been completely ignored. It's been like, no, you're not my Jouer Essential Full Coverage Concealer. I love that Jouer concealer. So this one I feel like if I were to use the Jouer under my eyes, because it's creamy, it's got hyaluronic acid, high coverage, it covers up all of my little dark circles and sins underneath my eyes, keeps me hydrated, and plays well with powder. This one can be a little drying on the under eyes, but it's great for covering up hyperpigmentation or redness around the nose. Since it's a little bit thicker, it does really cling well to where you put it. And I don't find that it tends to look dry or patchy. I like the way this looks, so I have to remember, use this in different places, but then that just means I can't use one concealer everywhere, and then I start feeling high maintenance. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Retoucher. This is shade 1. I don't know how much I have left. I wish this did what her other concealer does, which is has a little window to show you you're halfway through. I don't know how many clicks I have left in this. This could be done tomorrow, or it could take another 3 months. I use it under my eyes today, and as you can see, I still have some pretty heavy dark circles. So I feel like this product is great for those no makeup days, when you want to look a little bit more refreshed and still like you're not wearing a lot. This would do it. This is probably not a product I would repurchase. If you don't need a lot of heavy concealing, this is a gorgeous product, but I do feel like there are other concealers out there that aren't as expensive as this that can do something similar to this. It's a good product. I would recommend it. If you love Charlotte Tilbury, of course, go for it, but I'm not getting enough coverage from it, so I should be able to finish it up soon. Who knows, maybe tomorrow. This has been harder for me. This is the Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination from It Cosmetics. I'm doing pretty good. We don't have that much left. The problem I have with this, even though this is in their lightest shade, Fair, it's still too dark for me. So I have to use like a half a pump of this and a half a pump of something that's lighter and mix it together. So I don't plow through this as much. I am trying to use it more now that we're in those summer months, because it does have that SPF 50. And I'm not putting enough on my face to get that SPF 50 coverage. I wear a dedicated sunscreen always. So this goes on my face at the last step of my skincare. And then whatever else I put on here like this, it's just another layer of SPF. So I'm gonna try and use that up. This is what surprised me. I didn't think this was gonna happen. This is the highlighting palette from Glamglow. I actually hit pan. I'm so proud of myself. Love this. It smells like Orange Creamsicle Dream. It's delicious. And I was sure that when I purchased it that this would be my shade. This kind of runs a little, it's white, and then it has kind of a pinky purple shift to it, which is not my preferred look for highlighter. If I want it to look pink, I don't want it to look pinky purple. It looks a little bit more unicorny than I was expecting it to. It's pretty, but I usually mix it with something else so that it's not quite just so straight up this. I'm wearing this and just a touch of this today. It's a gorgeous highlight. I love it. It's beautiful, smells amazing, and I do love this rubber packaging. It reminds me of like Fight Club. All right, this has been hard. I won't say I've never finished an eyeshadow. That's not true. I have finished it, but when I was using like a little duo from Lancome where you could refill each pan, I had 2 shades. I went through each of those shades multiple times, and then I started getting into, you know, quads and, you know, compacts with 6 shades. And the next thing I knew, I had like 80 eyeshadow palettes, and I haven't hit pan since. Okay, so the one that I'm getting closest on is this shade called Base. There's an obvious divot here. And if you run across and you feel all of these more neutrally shimmer shades, those ones also have, I use my finger to apply these, so I just do this. And you get some really beautiful pigmentation, but you can definitely feel all of the little impressions and the divots. But those are the 4 shades that I use most regularly on my eyes. I do use the other shades as well, but they're not my immediate go-to. So this one, I think I'm going to hit pan on before the end of the year. This one, I think I've used once or twice. And these two down here, I use occasionally, but they're not, I know they make the eye look more diverse. I'm wearing this on my eyes today, and it's almost like I'm not wearing anything, but that's kind of my preferred look. I'm very neutral, or I'm going for like full on color. And I love this palette, but I have to remember to use it because it's been several months since I got into it. Finally rediscovered it. All right. 3 pencils from Lancome. This is their brow pencil. It's the Le Crayon Poudre. There's very little left of it. I realized they reformulated and they don't make this anymore, so I couldn't go out and buy it. So I've been kind of hoarding it, and I have to tell myself, just use it. And I have been, and then I don't sharpen it as often as I need to, and it's like a little blunt little tip here, and I'm like, just sharpen it, be done with it. It's sad though, because that's the pencil that I used probably for 15 years straight. Only that pencil, not that exact pencil, but that one from Lancome. And it's sad to get to the point where I'm like, they don't make it anymore. I can't go out and get another when I run out. So I'm gonna stop hoarding and finish it up. And then I have 2 eyeliners. These are the Drama Liquid pencils. I have the shade Aubergine and the shade Brune. I love these. They're really good. The problem I have is that I got another dark brown pencil. I got the one from Milk. It's really good. I think it's better than this. Now, obviously, I've been using this a lot. I've sharpened it to the point where I'm not sure that it's called Brune anymore because I sharpened the name off of it, which is a good sign. But I need to start being as hardcore with this one. For me, I'm looking for a pencil when I put it in my waterline, like I usually tight line upper waterline with this. And I blink, as I am wont to do when I'm shoving something up into like that waterline. And then it transfers to the bottom waterline. And I don't usually wear dark colors down in my lower waterline, just in my upper tight line to make my lashes look thicker and longer. And it stays well there, but then as I blink, I do get some transfer down here. Same thing happens with the Milk, but not as much. But when I wear this, like actually on my lash line, this stays all day and does not smear. So I'm wearing this one today. This is the Aubergine. I really like these. I need to start using these like actual lash line liners as opposed to just tight line liners if I get more use out of them. So that's all the makeup. The lipstick, I put too many in. That's all I'm gonna say. So one from Lancome, this is the shade Beige Mirage. I need to do to this what I did to the one, I can't find it, the one from Gwen Stefani and Urban Decay. I need to put it in my purse, and this needs to be my new favorite nude because it's a really gorgeous shade. It is a pretty pinky nude that is not too much. And I'm sure that this could turn into my new, need some hydration on my lips. You know, I'm wearing, and this will go with anything because it is so neutral and so pretty. The other one that's really close is this one from Lipstick Queen. It's very similar in formula to the one that's that red shade, that medieval shade that I like. This one is called Hello Sailor, so it looks blue, but when you put it on, it kind of transforms like into a more like a violety, and it's what I'm wearing today. And I don't need a mirror to put this on. And I swear I use this just like chapstick all summer long, this one or the medieval. So I think, you know, if I put this in my purse, I'm gonna be done with this one probably before this time next month. So these are gonna be my new, they'll live in my purse. And then the rest of these guys here, I'm having a harder time with because I keep them in this box and I keep them back here and I only use them when I'm in here. If I were to, maybe I'll just put them all in a little makeup bag. Do I have a makeup bag somewhere handy? Hello? I do. I have this little one from Lisa Eldridge. I'm just gonna put all of these in here and drop these in my purse so that when I move purses, do you ever do that? I can just take this out and plop it in my other purse. I feel like I'm more likely to use these. And I have some minis in here, like this little guy. It's a beautiful red. It's a liquid lipstick from YSL. I have a different liquid lipstick from Bare Minerals, and I love the formulas of these because they're not drying. They do transfer. They're great. And then a lot of other products are very similar. I definitely have a type. These are more like your glossy, hydrating, sheer, not too much. So, and then I have some really bright punchy reds in here too. So I have plenty of variety, and I put so many in there because if I don't have variety, I go crazy. I did officially take one lipstick out of my project pan. It's this one from Lisa Eldridge. This is the shade Velvet Ribbon. It's probably my favorite red lipstick. This is just the most beautiful kind of neutrally red tone. I love it. It's matte. The formula is so beautiful, and I've used it a lot. And having it in my project pan, it's my most reached for red so far this year. But she's not making these lipsticks anymore. You can't just go and buy another one. And there is that fear of what will I do when I run out? Like that Lancome eyeshadow, brow pencil. I don't want to run. And I have 3 different shades of this type of, and here's hoping, if she's not watching, but somebody tell Lisa Eldridge she needs to bring back her velvet lipsticks. They're so gorgeous. And I would buy all of them. But I finally took that one out of my project pan because I was like, don't use it up. You gotta have it for a while. So there you go. That's how I'm doing with my project pan. There's a lot to do still, a lot of work. So this is gonna help me get through my lip products, just keeping this little bag in my purse, plus making sure I'm a little more mindful. The one thing that I might just, I haven't decided, I'll let you know. By the time I upload this, I'll leave it in the description box, whether I've decided, because it's such a chore to use, and it's not making me happy and it's not bringing me joy, I might just declutter this because it doesn't give me my best skin day. And there are a lot of other powders out there that they don't all have to be this. They just have to give me a good skin day. So I will put that in the description box below, and I'm going to sit and dither on it because I hate getting rid of stuff. If I bought it and I spent $30-something on it, I want to use it. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you're working on a project pan, let me know how yours is going and how your progress is. If you're stuck, what are you doing? Or are you doing more of a rolling project pan? You get rid of one, you add another mascara, you finish. Oh, by the way, I just thought about that. These are other makeup items that I finished that were not in my project pan. 10 of these are mascaras. And then I have another full-size lipstick, a couple of mini lip glosses, a brow gel that was a small tester size, one of the mini Laneige sleeping lip masks, and a trial size of the Smashbox primer water. So I felt like I was doing good, not just in like finishing up what was just in my project pan, but in a lot of other stuff as well. Mascara. Do you see that I have a favorite? I do love mascara, and this jar right back here, this little tall glass jar, is also full of mascara as well. So thank you for watching. Let me know how your project pan is going, or if you're not doing one, maybe think about what products do I use enough that I might actually be able to finish up if I just kind of focused it on them. And maybe you don't have a massive hoard like I do, and you're like, I finish it up, I buy another one. I finish that one up, I buy another one. You don't have the massive collection that I have. But I like this idea of trying to be deliberate and finishing up products. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.